From Adam came a line of men who carried the story of humanity forward. They lived for centuries, fathered children, and passed on the knowledge of God. Their lifespans were extraordinary, reminding us how close they were to the beginning of creation. As generations unfolded like the pages of a book, these men became guardians of faith, passing down traditions like treasured heirlooms. They instilled values and told tales of creation, guiding their descendants to understand the divine purpose behind their existence. The teachings of these patriarchs transcended time, forging bonds between generations as they shared their visions and experiences. They laid the foundation for a society that valued wisdom, resilience, and faith, ensuring that the story of humanity would be woven into the fabric of existence. In every home and hearth, the echoes of their lessons resounded, creating a culture steeped in reverence for history and spirituality. Through their unwavering dedication, each generation became a link in an unbroken chain. Adam, the first man, lived 930 years. He was the father of many sons and daughters, but his chosen line continued through Seth, the son given after Abel's death. Seth lived 912 years, and from him the lineage of faith continued. Seth nurtured his family and taught them the ways of righteousness, ensuring that the legacy of faith was passed down. As generations flourished, the teachings of their forefathers echoed through time, uniting them in purpose and belief. As nights turned into years, the stories of creation, sacrifice, and faith became the foundation of their lives. Each child carried the hope and teachings of their ancestors, shaping a legacy that would inspire future generations. In the heart of the village, the spirit of unity thrived as each descendant honored their heritage through acts of kindness and devotion. The bond forged through the teachings of Seth and Adam continued to guide their daily lives. Seth's son Enoch lived 905 years. In his time, people began to call on the name of the Lord more openly. After him came Kenan, who lived 910 years. Their lives were long, but their days, like ours, were still numbered. As the years unfolded, the community grew closer, sharing stories of faith and devotion. The air was filled with laughter and the sound of voices celebrating their connection to the divine. Kenan often reminded his family of the importance of living a righteous life, passing on wisdom through generations. With each passing generation, the tales of Enoch and Kenan inspired a deeper connection to the Lord. Families would gather at twilight, sharing stories that echoed through time, while the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, a reminder of their faith. In the heart of the village, a lively market buzzed with activity as neighbors traded goods and shared news. Elders took pride in teaching the younger generation about their rich heritage, fostering a sense of belonging and purpose beneath the sprawling branches of the great tree. Next was Mahalalel, living 895 years, and then Jared, who lived 962 years. These men carried the blessing of life from Adam through many generations, building the bridge to one of the most remarkable figures in Scripture, Enoch. Enoch emerged a figure distinguished by his unwavering faith and walk with God, setting a paradigm for righteousness that would inspire generations to come. As Enoch shared his revelations, his words echoed through the ages, igniting a flame of hope and faith in the hearts of those who would inherit his message. His legacy transformed lives, creating a community bound by faith and love as they celebrated the blessings of life and the promise of a brighter future. His story became a beacon, inspiring countless generations to seek wisdom and walk closely with the divine, reminding them of the enduring connection between heaven and earth. Each year, the community gathered in celebration, honoring Enoch's profound legacy, their hearts united in gratitude for the wisdom he imparted and the hope he embodied. Unlike the others, Enoch's story was different. He lived 365 years, much shorter than the rest. But during those years, he walked faithfully with God every single day. And then something extraordinary happened. Enoch walked with God, and he was no more because God took him. Enoch never tasted death. His life became a symbol of intimacy with God and a glimpse of eternal hope. In those years, Enoch experienced a life rich in faith and spirituality. His days were filled with conversations and communion with God, leading him to a deeper understanding of divine love. As word of Enoch's extraordinary relationship with God spread, many were inspired to seek their own connection with the Almighty. His story became a beacon of hope, reminding all that a faithful heart could transcend even the boundaries of life itself. Enoch's legacy began to inspire generations. People from near and far sought his teachings, drawn by the purity of his faith and the miracles that seemed to follow him. They whispered tales of his encounters with the divine, igniting a desire for connection within their own hearts. As Enoch took his place among the celestial realms, he became an everlasting symbol of hope and friendship with God, etching his story into the fabric of time. Enoch's son Methuselah lived 969 years, the longest lifespan recorded in the Bible. His name is remembered as a testimony of God's patience, for he lived until the very year the Great Flood began. As the years passed, Methuselah became a cherished figure, a symbol of wisdom and endurance amid an ever-changing world. His life stood as a bridge between generations, connecting the early days of creation with the approaching storm. As the Great Flood loomed closer, Methuselah watched as the world around him began to change. Despite the chaos, his heart remained steadfast, hoping for redemption for those he loved.
After Methuselah came Lamech, who lived 777 years. Lamech gave birth to a son named Noah and declared, "He will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands caused by the ground the Lord has cursed." With Noah's birth, a new chapter was set in motion, one that would change the world forever. As Noah grew, he became a symbol of hope and renewal for his family and the world around him. His laughter echoed through the valleys, bringing joy amidst the struggles that plagued their lives. Noah, now a young man, dedicated himself to an extraordinary task, constructing a great ark. The villagers watched in astonishment, their skepticism mingling with curiosity about the vision Noah was bringing to life. As dark storm clouds loomed overhead, a sense of urgency filled the air. Animals began to arrive at the ark, responding to a call that only they could understand. As Noah stood ready for the monumental journey ahead. From Adam to Noah, these ancient men lived lives longer than we can imagine. Their years were a bridge from the creation of the world to the Great Flood. And in their story we see both the faithfulness of God and the call to walk closely with him, just as Enoch did. As time passed, Noah became a beacon of faith, chosen to carry out God's command to build an ark. He gathered his family and the animals, prepared for the deluge that would cleanse the earth. This remarkable journey demonstrates the power of obedience and trust in divine promise.